What's going on, people? Welcome back. OnlyFacts Sports Extra. No, OnlyFacts Sports Podcast. We have a second channel called OnlyFacts Extra. Go check that out.
Where's the mugs, bro?
Do you want a cup of tea?
It's too late now. We're on camera.
You've been here for an hour and a half. You could have asked
Is
for
it
a
an
cup of
hour
tea.
and a half I've been here?
It's 5:30 now.
Okay, no, bro.
I know, bro. Well, okay. Demonetized in the first 30 seconds of the video. Fair enough. Okay.
Wait,
You can't swear in the first 30 seconds of the video.
swear.
I swear.
Swear down.
I'm being serious. Yeah, the AI will immediately clip it.
I guess I just have to censor that one out.
I can restart.
Nah, it's cool.
Alright,
It's cool.
Fair enough. All right, bun it. Breaking news. Not really breaking news. It might be breaking news to the muggles out there. The man that don't know boxing. The man that don't know the hood, people, mentality. The mentality of the black man.
Facts.
Some black man. Tank is out of the Jake Paul fight. The fight is in jeopardy because of Tank's ongoing legal battles.
Did you see Jake Paul's comments about it?
Well, I wanted to talk about it because I haven't seen people ask me about Jake Paul's tweet. Someone in our live chat asked about Jake Paul's tweet. I haven't seen the Jake Paul tweet, but I do want to talk about. Tell me about the tweet in a second. We can talk about it. I also want to talk about potential opponents who might step in, because that's going to be an exciting topic. But go ahead, talk to me. What did he tweet about it?
He was pretty much just bashing Davis, bro.
Of course.
Like, he was like, bro, this guy's a disgusting human being. This guy is any man who could put his hand on a woman, stuff like down those lines. Like, just
But he's always going to say he's right. But Jake Paul has in all of combat sports the biggest brand.
He was just saying that you can't if you're a fan, you can't be a fan of this guy, you can't support this guy. This guy was just, but
all of that is true. But Tank has cost Jake Paul a ton of money,
no,
so a lot of that is going to be
that
the
was my
frustration.
angle though. That was what I was saying, because I'm like, he was all of those things before.
Correct.
Going into the fight, it was all of those things before.
Correct.
So I feel like you're only saying that now because it's cost you money and time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not for it at all.
Why?
Because you could have said like you were gonna share you were gonna share a ring with this dude, bro.
Yeah, that's why I said it's the brand that he's got to protect. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like you say, we've known all these things from.
This guy's got 3 charges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 3 charges for the same thing. So it's not like you didn't know.
No.
That's why I'm like, I don't really know why Jake Paul said it.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of Tank, I just genuinely feel Tank has a specific, like a genuine problem.
What do you mean?
Bro,
everyone's got a genuine problem.
No, this is like bro, you can't keep going to prison for the same thing, bro. You can't.
It would be
weird.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be weirder if someone went jail 5 times for 5 different crimes. That would be rarer. Normally, people commit the same crime that they commit. That mentality is you're showing that gyal mentality when a gyal meets a man and says he beat up his last 3 gyal, but I'm special. He won't beat me up. No, this brother beats up gyal. This is what he does. This is his character. This is what he does. Do you know what I'm saying? This is like expecting Wardley to box on the outside against Usyk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like people's character are what their character are.
So do you not feel like then there should be just a genuine acceptance? Because the first time and the second time, and I can't even say he has any innocence to it because there was a video of one of them. So,
but the thing is, it's selective outrage. Do you know what I mean? It's selective outrage. This is what I don't like in sport, and this is what I don't like in life. Because like you said, if we as the boxing community really care about domestic abuse, we wouldn't let this man fight.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't let this man fight. There's talk of Eddie Hearn trying to get a fight with Jarrell Miller.
Yeah, facts.
Eddie Hearn said that he would never work with a drug street.
Facts.
And would never work with Miller. So it's man don't care. Man don't care. In this sport, you can do what you want. You can do what you want. It's not going to hamper your career if you do these things. Do you know what I'm saying?
In some cases, it might aid it.
In some cases, it's going to aid your career. In Mike Tyson's days, Mike Tyson is one of my favorite boxers, but he is very much mythologized as a boxer and held on a pedestal probably higher than he should be for what he actually achieved as a professional boxer only, partly because of how he moved outside the ring. There's no benefit to moving like an Andre Ward or like a Crawford. Look at Andre Ward struggled to get paydays till late in his career. Crawford struggled to get big paydays late in his career.
I made this point before. I said, why is it a coincidence that in the last 30 years, 3 of the biggest selling black fighters all have domestic charges?
Yeah.
Tyson, Mayweather, and Floyd, and Tank.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, for me.
You don't see that from Canelo. You don't see that from who else is it? Who else is a big name domestically outside of the black community? Not domestically, commercially. Who's a big name?
Oscar.
I guess you don't see it from AJ. No, AJ's got one. Didn't AJ have a problem with his baby mum?
He's got a problem with a baby mum. I don't think he has a domestic violence charge with it.
Fair enough. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't.
Apparently, he was like not like paying his child support or something. I was something mad like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember it having like a domestic charge though.
Fair enough. Keep going. I'm googling it, but yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying to see if you.
No, I actually don't know. I thought I heard something, but I don't know.
Yeah, I remember his whole like situation with his child is different though.
Fair
because enough. Like you don't even know, like his thing is weird, bro. Like,
everything about him's weird, but fair.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like the other big names in boxing, you don't hear this from them.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that can go on to be commercially successful. We're talking about.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't. Do you think do you think Jake Paul? Do you think Jake Paul is partially responsible for this?
Yes. Yeah.
I agree, but I want to know why.
Because I do not live in America. I live all the way in London, thousands of miles away from where these men live. And I told man, this fight is never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
And then I asked you why.
This person self-sabotages. This person only took the fight to avoid a rematch against Lamont Roach, who's a world champion from a weight class below him. So we can see this person struggling with... Hold on, this is all part of it. We can see this person struggling with confidence. When I saw the face-off, Jake Paul was trying to sell the face-off. Tank looked completely uninterested in selling the face-off. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah.
He looked uninterested, didn't look interested in the fight. Just looked like, bro, just pay me my money and let me back. This person is not interested in the fight. I could see it. I could see the body language. I don't know how the rest of you don't see this. This person's not interested. He's either going to turn up and not really put on a performance and just collect his bag and go home, or he's just not going to turn up.
What do you think?
At no point have I seen Tank. This would be Tank's biggest payday.
Yeah.
At no point did I see him look happy or excited about the fact that this is his biggest payday.
No.
At no point. So why would I believe what you're trying to sell me? You didn't even look like you want to be there.
So do you think... So I got 2 questions for you. But one of the reasons why I personally felt like Jake Paul's slightly to blame is because his fight with Lamont Roach was postponed because of a domestic charge.
Correct.
So you took a fight when you...
He's a high-risk person.
Yeah,
he's a high-risk person.
But for the same thing, like it's...
But it's always going to be the same thing.
No, but the reason why you're criticising him was the thing that he done beforehand. So this criticism wasn't something in the build-up at any stage.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, 1, you must not care because you wouldn't have given this person the payday. But 2,
that's my point.
This person has also been shown to not be a reliable person. If this person was reliable and honest and genuine away from domestic abuse, he would have been fighting Lamont Roach.
Of course.
So if this person has shown you that they are willing to self-sabotage or they are willing to take the easy way out, this person is willing to take the easy way out. This person has scumbagged the draw against someone a weight class below him. Scumbag the draw when we all think he should have lost. And then he's looked at you as the easy way out. If he realizes he can't win the fight against you, he will also again look for the easy way out. Jail is an easier way out for certain people than going through with the fight.
Of course.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I know man in jail that if you spend enough time in jail, the prospect of putting on a suit and a tie and going into a job is scarier than going
back
6 months
to
in jail.
prison. Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? So when you keep saying for the same thing, man that sell coke. They don't sell weed. Do you know what I'm saying? Man that punch out the baby man, punch out the baby man. That's what they do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's not going to change. If I heard that Tank was in jail for robbing a bank, I'd fall off my chair because that's not what he does.
Yeah, fact.
But what he regularly does, punch up his gap. When you tell me Tank's been arrested, I assume he's been arrested. Punch up his gap because that's what he does. This is in people commit the same crimes they commit.
I mean, you said it before the.
I called this. How long ago was it?
A month ago. About a month ago.
It when the fight was announced. I said I guarantee. There's a clip on the channel when the fight was announced. I said this fight will not happen.
No, but there's a reason. There's a reason.
Because the person's character is the person's character. You know what I'm saying? You man must just be walking around the streets like, yeah, just unaware of what's happening around you. Do you know what I'm saying? People's character is people's character. If you tell me someone teeth starting from your yard, I'm not inviting them in my yard.
Yeah, facts.
That don't make sense. So if you've swerved a fight with Roach, who's a weight class, but 130 pounds was Roach.
Yeah.
Why do I believe you're going to go and fight 180 pound, 6'1",
Yeah,
Jake Paul? And do what? If you can't knock out Roach, how are you knocking out Jake Paul?
You're not.
You're not. So what are you going to do then? You're going to look for the easy way out. We see Ben Whittaker wrestle man over the ropes. The next time Ben Whittaker's in a tough fight and things get hard for him, what do we think he's going to do? I believe he'll look for an easy way out because you've already shown me that. You said this about Dubois. If a fight gets too difficult for Dubois, what does he do? He looks to the corner, looks for his dad, and if his dad's got no solutions, the fight's over.
Facts.
That's what they do. Do you mean why? I don't understand why this is, because people have this weird thing where if a boxer can knock people out, they give them mad extra grace that they wouldn't give a boxer that's more technical or wins on points.
What do you think then? Okay, do you think Tank done this to get out the fight, or he didn't? There wasn't much calculation.
Both. This is how life is. Man don't do these things on purpose. Do you know anyone that's been jail? It's not always on purpose. It's not deliberate. It could be a self.
No, but if you know it's your biggest payday,
hear what I'm saying? No, but bro, it don't matter. What does that matter? What does that matter? If there's gal on road right now, the only date man that beat them up, yeah. Mm-hmm. If you give her a man who's a doctor, good person, Christian man, goes to church every Sunday, whatever, she's got to get, and he gives her the best life, she's going to cheat on him with a man that thumps her up. It's a psychological thing. The problem is us as a culture, we put people up that have got money on a pedestal.
No, but
he's got money, but he's still a fucking idiot.
I'm saying Tank specifically.
You're not listening.
I heard what you said, but the reason why
it's the same thing. Tank just moves like a domestically abused gal.
No, but I'm saying the reason why I'm saying it's slightly different is because it's the timing of it. I'm like,
it's the same. It's subconscious. I don't know. I have a degree in psychology. I don't know if he deliberately got scared and went and punched his baby mom to go to jail, or if it's just happenstance that this is what he does. Or it's a mixture. It could be a mixture of some things don't have one answer. It's a mixture.
The reason why I'm saying that, and the reason why I'm saying that, because I was talking to one of my boys, and he was saying to me that Tank specifically, in your eyes as well, I had no intention going through with this fight. No intention going through with this fight. So the easiest way to get out of the fight is this same situation. Now, do you think that's a circumstance that
what I'm saying to you is it's a subconscious thing.
No, but I'm saying if Tank had no intention to go through with his fight, then that's not subconscious. Then that's you've consciously decided to do this.
It's a mixture. This is what I'm trying to say to you. It's a mixture. Like some people sabotage their life, and it's not a conscious decision. They know they're going to sabotage their life, but they can't tell you how. They can't tell you when. But we know it's going to happen.
So do you think Tank took this fight with the intentions to take the fight, to fight? I
don't know. I really don't know.
That's the part that perplexes me. Because if he took the fight with the intentions to fight, then I have a completely different opinion.
I think he takes the fight with the intention of avoiding Lamont Roach, not thinking about the fight itself. When the fight itself comes close, remember he's not met this. When the fight itself comes closer and closer and closer, and he's face off with Jake Paul and he realizes the size difference. Maybe he sees the criticism he's getting on social media. Maybe all these other things are happening.
Some people are saying it's ticket sales because apparently
some of it could be ticket sales. Except I don't think it's ticket sales because he would sign that contract for guaranteed P's. But you know what I'm saying, like it's a mixture of, it's a concoction of all of these different things that leads to him bugging out. That just leads to him freaking out. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a mixture of all these things.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I genuinely don't know.
It's a mixture of all these things.
If you were to ask me, hand on heart, I would probably say that he beats his baby mother up on a daily basis every day anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make a difference. I think that's just a regular procedure for this dude.
Yeah.
But I feel like he probably knew that he wasn't going to take this fight because it didn't make sense for him to take it. But at the same time, he understood the financial benefits of it. And he also understood that if he didn't take this fight, he would have to fight Roach.
Yeah.
I think all of that, I feel like you're right about that. But I feel like before he signed that paper, he was either thinking of an out strategy or he's genuinely just caught up in
it. If it wouldn't have been that, it would have been an injury. It would have been some type of fucking nonsense. It would have been something. There would have been something that made him not take this fight.
That's my main. That's what I genuinely. That's my first opinion. I don't think he just so happened to beat his baby mother and the fight's off.
No.
I don't think that's happened at all. Because he beats his baby mother every day. That's a daily thing. It's like
it's at the very least, it's not an isolated incident.
Yeah,
it's not an isolated incident. It's not happened once. It wasn't. I just lost my temper. It wasn't. It wasn't that.
Yeah, facts.
You know I'm saying this is a regular occurrence for you. Do you know what I'm saying? His baby mum probably.
He probably told his baby mum to go to the police.
I was gonna say, he might. Yeah, he could have gone to police himself. Probably handed himself in.
Literally, trust me.
But yeah, Tank for me is a disgrace. Do you know what I mean? He's a disgrace. If you punch up your gal, your baby mum as well, you're just a disgrace. Do you know what I'm saying?
There's one video where he's strangling his baby mother through the crowd. You seen that?
No.
He's just grabbing his baby mama, strangling her through the crowd.
When I see a man like that, I think there's a problem with you, but there's also a problem with all the people that you're around. That this behavior is okay. But like I say, we're in a culture where everyone idolizes money so much that if I'm part of his camp and he's paying me, then you just go on.
But he addressed it, in an interview.
What?
The domestic violence thing.
Well, you need to address Lamont Roach in the ring, blood. That's all I'm interested in. All this other shit is nonsense. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, from a boxing perspective, as a human, you're a disgrace. As a man, you're a disgrace. But also, as a professional boxer, you're also a disgrace.
Yeah, so you've kind of already given up hope.
You've given up.
When it comes to
I give up a long time.
It's just long time. The only thing you have a chance of redeeming yourself is in the ring. That's the only way.
Even then, I'm just not interested. You don't operate like a world championship. You know what I'm
at all.
It was a cherry pick gone wrong in the first place. You were gifted a draw. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not even interested in you. Imagine Josh Buatsi beat up his baby mum right now. And the way we're looking at Josh Buatsi as a boxer, you're already on the edge. You're already on the edge, and now you're thumping up your come on, man. What are we talking about?
Trust. Wait, so who do you think Jake Paul should fight next?
Some
men are saying Ryan Garcia, but Oscar said it ain't happening.
I don't know why Oscar's blocking that. I don't know why. Why would he block it?
I think Oscar knows he's got big food on the table for Devin. Devin beats Brian. And Devin beats Brian. Plus, he doesn't like Jake Paul. Doesn't really. He obviously does business with Jake Paul, but I don't think he like Oscar. For all we say about Oscar, he's a very traditional guy.
He is a traditional, but he's a boxing purist.
He's a very traditional guy.
However, Ryan Garcia, known proven drugs cheat, poor performance in his last fight. There's more money in fighting Jake Paul than there is in fighting Devin.
100. But him losing to Jake Paul, he can't afford that. You can't afford that.
Got you. You could lose to Devin and then still fight Jake.
Facts. He can't afford someone, because remember, right now, in terms of cash cow in the Golden Boy camp, it is Ryan Garcia. You gotta protect that cash cow.
That says a lot, though.
No, but Ryan Garcia's a big money guy, bro.
I know, but you got a known drugs cheat is your main cash cow.
He's got other good fighters, but his cash cow is Ryan. Yeah. Ryan goes to any promotional company, probably the cash cow. Yeah. Ryan's a big name, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just
talking about, again, the hypocrisy in boxing, where
of course,
we're allowing someone who's a known drugs cheat to be the cash cow anywhere.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So,
but what if it's not him? Who do you personally want to see Jake Paul in the ring with?
I sincerely don't care. There's nobody.
There's only one person I'd actually want to see in the ring with.
There's no who? AJ.
No.
Who?
Buddy Jack, bro. He could genuinely win a world title if he fights Buddy Jack.
Is that good for boxing? To see Jake Paul win a world title?
Nah.
But exactly. So you don't want to see that.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I'm saying? And would it be a cruiserweight?
Cruiserweight.
It's pointless because he's not going to fight a Zerdo and he's not going to fight a Gervonta. So he's just going to hold up the division.
Oscar, do you think there's hypocrisy in that? Oscar was willing to make Zerdo versus Jake Paul.
So clearly it's not that I don't like him and I don't want to do business with him then.
It's just he thinks Ryan's going to lose.
He just thinks Ryan's going to lose and he'd rather Ryan fight Devin and then he can still
and you obviously know Zerdo.
He knows Zerdo's going to be. And I don't even think it's that bad if Jake Paul... What does it say about the state of boxing that boxing fans are like, go and fight this tough world champion if you're... But he's a YouTuber. A standard boxer should be able to walk in and beat him. Do you know what I'm saying? If a standard boxer can't walk in and beat him, That's a real.
I mean, a standard boxer can beat him. Tommy Fury beat him.
That's true. That is true. But yeah, I was gonna say it's an indictment on the sport if a standard boxer can't be right. Tommy Fury is a pretty low level boxer and still beat him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, would you want to see him versus AJ?
I just thought that's who you were gonna say. I mean, AJ's gonna fight on an undercard.
No, I don't know if that's happening anymore because we're gonna get to that.
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, I heard Spencer Oliver say that there's a couple undercards coming up that AJ might fight on.
there's only one undercard which he can fight on that I think that's worthy of him fighting on.
Which one would that be?
The only undercard that would have made sense for him to fight on is Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn.
And
that's the only one. What I'm saying. Or if Tyson Fury's comeback fight. Let's say Tyson Fury fights Fabio Wardley for the WBO title.
Not fighting on the Tyson Fury undercard.
No, but let's say Tyson Fury.
I get what you're saying. Will his ego allow him to fight on the Tyson Fury undercard?
Bro, man was gonna fight apparently on a flipping Craig Richards undercard, bro.
Yeah. but Craig Richards is not his direct.
Yeah, I hear you.
His direct.
But how you getting Little Man by Craig Richards, bro? It's mad.
Yeah, you'd rather get Little Man by. He could at least beat up Craig Richards. Do you know what I'm saying? He can't necessarily beat up Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because when they do eventually go to fight,
but you can do a face-off, innit? You can do a face-off after.
Oh, I hate that.
It's a big money, bro. It's big money, bro. If the money's good enough, the money's good enough, bro. Is AJ that much of a mercenary yet? I don't know.
I just feel like with Tyson Fury's mind games and with AJ's mental fragility, that will give Tyson Fury the ammunition to immediately get into his head if Tyson Fury were to beat Wardley and then fight AJ and just be like, you were fighting on my undercard last time, what are you talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even headline. It's just you're giving him ammunition and that will bother AJ. So you're giving a man ammunition. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's why I think when everybody asks me who I think wins, Tyson Fury or AJ. AJ wins, bro. Tyson Fury wins, bro.
Tyson Fury wins before they get
mentally. He's too strong for AJ, bro.
Yeah.
Like mentally, he's way too strong for AJ.
He wins, unless AJ really surprises him with his power, unless AJ rolls back the years. But AJ would have to.
But it's mental, bro.
AJ would have to have the performance of his career, and Tyson Fury would only actually need to be about 8 out of 10 to win that fight. But yeah, Jake Paul, I don't know. I don't know. I can see why he's pissed. You know, he's put a lot of money up and he's lost a lot of money. But at the end of the day, this is what's going to happen because you don't operate like a proper. You're not doing the due diligence. But then again, proper boxing operators are working the tank. So you know, it's just the nature. It's the nature of the business. It's the nature of the business. Speaking of frauds and nonsense, Eubank Benn too.
Yeah. A
lot of man talking about the face-off.
Mm-hmm.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, by the way, guys. We're on the road to 5K. We're over halfway there on the road to 5K. Yeah, everyone is hitting me up saying, watch the face-off, watch the face-off. What do you think about the fight and the face-off? We're going to be live for Eubank Benn next week, and we'll be live for Jake Paul whenever he does fight. So make sure that you lock into the channel and come to the community.
This weekend as well.
We're live this weekend as well for Virgil Ortiz versus Lubin. We'll break that down a little bit later in the show. But yeah, talk to me. The face-off specifically.
Firstly, the guy who was conducting it, I don't know why.
Josh.
I don't know.
Josh Denzel.
I don't know I don't know who he is, but it's just like they just found some. They just wanted a light skin alliance on the. Where's Ade, bro? Why is Ade not doing it?
Yeah, Josh is a known sports presenter. To be fair, but
he's not a boxing guy.
He's not a boxing guy. He's more of a general sports.
I didn't. The face-offs historically, like from the back when Max Kellerman used to do it at HBO and stuff like that. Like face-offs are face-offs. Johnny Nelson's done it. Boxing guys have done it. You have to. The person who's sitting. For me,
is this another ring failure? Is this another Turkey Al Sheikh thing? Do you think?
I actually think Turkey don't fuck with Ade no more.
Why?
Remember the last time Ade weren't on it neither. Remember?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but there must be something.
Justice for Ade, man.
Justice for Ade, bro.
Justice for Ade.
Were they trying to keep the black man down or something? I don't know, bro. They got a light skinned guy doing it.
There's 2 light skinned fighters. Maybe they wanted some uniformity.
That's what I'm saying. There must be a light skin alliance or something. Alliance or something.
Yeah, maybe. I think it did take a bit of. Josh is a good sports presenter. I don't want to disrespect. I've seen it. He does football. He does Red Bull. But I do think that his presence took a lot of the bite out of it.
Of course.
It didn't feel like it's like going into a world title fight and not having Bruce Buffer or Michael Buffer doing the. It takes a little bit out of it.
For me, I don't even think Ade's that good at that.
I know what you're saying.
Because I think Ade's way too him. I actually feel like, even including Max, I think the best one was Johnny Nelson.
Yeah.
Because Johnny Nelson had bias.
But not just that. Johnny Nelson's also an ex-fighter.
Facts.
I feel like that brought something a little bit. Could you imagine like Carl Froch doing the face?
Exactly.
I think it'd be banging. I think it would be banging.
I'm not a massive fan of Carl Froch.
No, 100%.
But his personality in that arena, because what you got to understand was, for one, Josh is very, very much giving. So he let those guys speak. And the reason why it didn't work was because when you got a mixture of very big personalities, I felt like there wasn't any direction to the conversation.
He couldn't control it.
He couldn't control it. But I also felt like there were certain things that he should have picked up on and really gone into it. Because for me,
you know, when you're in the hood and you got a real shit stirrer. You know, a certain man can really shit stir. You know, a certain man like, oh, I wouldn't have that. Drug cheat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And for me, this fight, as I told you from the beginning, it's really lacked a narrative.
Yeah.
Because the first fight, the drugs cheat, the egg slap, the fines, the weights, we've already seen the fight. So you now have to manufacture a narrative. And
in that fight, not only did we already see the fight, you both gave a great account of yourself, which is great. The problem is, we don't feel like we're going to see anything better.
Thank you.
We're probably going to see the same or worse. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's going to be worse.
Yeah.
So you got to try and remember, you work for the broadcaster. You need to sell this fight as the person in the middle.
I think there's something different as well. When you've got a fighter doing it, and I do prefer Ade to Josh just because, and again, I like Josh. Josh is he's a good presenter. But Ade's more of a boxing guy. He's really into boxing. He's got the show with G-Man, and these men are boxing man. And that show's dope as well. But with a fighter, they can bring out a bit of needle. And the fighter's also not fighters. Not that Johnny Nelson can beat up a prime Chris Eubank, because Johnny Nelson's an old man. But you've got that ego that you don't mind if this gets spicy. A presenter, like a Max or like Josh, doesn't really want this to get too spicy.
Facts.
Whereas deep down, Carl Froch probably believes he can knock out Chris Eubank and Conor Benn right now. Deep down, he could be wrong, but he really believes that. So he don't mind going piss. He don't mind pissing both of them off. But what he would do is piss one off and put it against the other one. Do you know what I'm saying?
What do you think though? Because for me, and because if I'm putting myself in Josh's position and giving him the benefit of the doubt, what relevant needle can I create? And the reason why I'm asking that question is because, for me, the needle that I would have created if I was Conor Benn was, I thought I won that fight. That would have been, as delusional as it may be, for me, I can't see what they're selling this fight on. But I'm struggling to see it.
This is what I'm saying about, slightly off topic, but this is what I'm saying about having a fighter conduct this. Because if you've got a fighter, if you're a fighter and you're an ex-world champion, Hall of Famer, fought in front of 80,000, all that kind of stuff. There's an implied credibility that the broadcaster can't take away from you.
Facts.
If Josh takes this into a difficult, if he says, listen, where's the needle for this fight? You bought your dad last time. You did the egg slap. You can't do that again. We've seen all that. You had the drugs thing. You can't do that again. Where's the need? Like, if he really tries to drive a narrative, DAZN could just pull him away from the fight. Yeah, but with someone like a Froch or whoever, or Johnny Nelson, they've got an implied credibility that doesn't just rely on just
even a Simon Jordan who has nothing to do with boxing and is terrible. Like, knows nothing about boxing. But even a Simon Jordan would be good. You want to know why? Because he has an opinion. What you just done there is exactly what I would have wanted someone to do. Because let's keep it real. It's a fact, bro. I feel like when you're selling a story, you have to... Boxing fans casual fans do not like boxing. You can't sell them...
Not technical boxing.
They don't like boxing. Okay, because you can't sell a boxing fan a rematch on the basis that the first fight was good. Because you don't care about whether a fight's good. If that was the case, they would watch Beterbiev Bivol. They watched the first fight because of the needle and the friction.
Storyline.
If that friction isn't...
Especially British fans.
Facts. If that friction isn't there, you can't say, well, the first fight was good. Well, the first fight had all of that. You don't have that no more. So what...
We actually saw the excitement. You're one of them. When the egg slap happened,
Facts.
you said you didn't care about the fight, and then the egg slap happened. You were like, "Yo, I'm excited now." And
Yeah,
I was like,
100.
"I hate this. I'm the same level of excited as I was before."
But the reason why is because remember, I don't think they neither are good fights.
Yeah.
It just showed me that these men are pissed. They
genuinely don't like each other. They genuinely don't like
with this fight though, there was, especially in the face-off, bringing it back to the face-off, there was a bit of relinquishing of power that Conor Benn done in that conversation. Oh yeah, he beat me, and then you can't get into my, like, he was literally talking.
He even said, "I'm not a 160. I'm going down to 147 to fight for that." So you're priming yourself for the loss.
And I felt Conor Benn, out of every time, I thought Chris Eubank was quite good antagonizing.
100%.
This time I thought it was quite tame. I just genuinely didn't feel any friction.
I agree a little bit, but I do think that Chris got into his head. Chris got into Conor's already lost this fight. Conor cannot.
But he didn't sell me the fight.
No, true. I'm just talking about the fight now. Conor cannot control his emotions.
But
he sat down and said, "I'm going to be calm. I'm going to be calm." It's about 30 seconds. He was jittery. He moved like he just had a couple bumps.
Right.
Because he was just jittery. Like, he was just like, "I'll fight you now." And Chris, do you know what Chris does? Yeah, and I know it annoys Conor because it annoys me. He talks mad slow. He does it on purpose. Because Conor's so high energy, every time Chris talks, even at the press conference, when he's talking about the ambulance and that, and he's like, "Well, these lot," I'm like, "Bruv, get to the point." It's annoying me. So it must be annoying Conor.
But Conor Benn did bring that up. He did bring that up. He did bring the same thing. He's like, "Bro, like, what's your point?" In the first press conference, like, "Bro, get to your point." Like, what? Yeah. So you are right.
It definitely roused him. What do you think about the hospital thing? This brother loves to get fines.
I don't even, bro. I'm so disappointed. Like, the fight's 1 week away.
Yeah, it's next week Saturday.
Yeah, fam, dead.
Do you think it's just they're trying to drive up some sort of...
Yeah, but they ain't working, fam. It just isn't working, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like they could have done it so much better. Specifically Conor Benn. Conor Benn should be like, bro, he should have done that Adrian Broner, bro. I beat that boy. I won that fight. I don't care what anyone says. I won that fight.
Conor has not...
Because the fight was close enough.
It was competitive.
It was competitive.
Yeah.
I don't think he won it.
No.
I had it like 8-4.
Yeah, he lost.
But you could...
If Tyson Fury can say he beat Usyk, you can make an argument.
This is my point, fam. You see, Tyson Fury is a genius because he understands how to control narrative.
Yes.
All it takes is a few people to say it, and then it... Do you know what I'm saying? Because people don't like Eubank already.
Yeah.
And if you say it and they don't believe you, they're going to hate you even more.
Yeah.
They're going to watch the fight. It's because Conor Benn doesn't want to be a villain, bro.
I was going to say, Conor's having identity crises because he doesn't want to be a villain, but because of the drugs thing, he's the villain. You've met Chris Eubank's one of the most disliked fighters in the UK.
But he embraces it.
But you can't, you're not loved. So it's like...
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Some people just need to be an edge. Be a Randy Orton, bro. Just enjoy being a heel, fam.
Yeah.
Just enjoy that, because Conor Benn would be the perfect heel, bro.
Part of the problem is, Conor actually in boxing rankings doesn't deserve this fight. He hasn't earned this fight. It's come off his dad's name. So he hasn't actually been through the processes of how to promote a fight and this, that. He hasn't been through the rankings.
That's a good point.
Do you know what I'm saying? So even if he fights this fight and fights Shakur at 147, where are you going? Where are you going? Apart from the fact that your name is something because of the drama, but you are skipping several levels. So you don't have the experience of selling a fight. You don't have any of these kind of intangible experiences. But there you go. The face-off was interesting. I do think I think Conor Benn's already lost the fight.
I thought he lost the fight anyway because he's not good enough. But
true, but he's already lost.
Am I entertained? No, I wasn't entertained. I haven't been entertained. I've been more entertained by Eddie and Chris Eubank.
A lot of people ask me to watch Face Off, and I feel like British fans like really silly, childish characters and banter. Because it's not like a lot of people are like, yo, the Face Off was sick, and I watched it and I was like, bro, this is sick.
Some of the best Face Offs I've ever seen was when the needle was real, bro.
Yeah,
like real.
AJ White.
Yeah. AJ White was one of my favorites. Froch Groves.
Yeah. We can all push and pull a man. Me and my friends always say that.
Dylan White, Derek Chisora.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Chisora Hay.
Chisora Hay. Chisora Hay was a madness. Yeah. It was a madness, bro. Madness. Yeah. Like if AJ and Fury done a face off, I would be so intrigued by that. Even Dubois and AJ, I was entertained by that. You wanna know why? Because they're both suffering from mental illness.
Yeah.
So it was just entertaining to watch,
100%.
bro.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Chris Eubank's way too calculated for this heat,
he's
bro.
too far ahead.
He's way too
He's
calculated
too far
for this heat, bro. Like, this,
Boxing wise, he's a little bit far ahead, but mental wise,
he's
way far ahead.
And I feel like, I felt a little bit like Eubank felt sorry for him in the face-off. A little bit, bro. I kind of felt like he didn't really.
He could have dialed it up more, but he chose not to.
Remember, this guy's a judge sheet. When he said that, I'm like, when he done it the first time, the first press conference, bro. I don't know if you remember, yeah. The first press conference, Chris Eubank was, bro. He was winning everything.
Yeah.
He was winning every verbal exchange, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, them man needed. Honestly,
they actually had to like band together to try and take him down. It was like Eddie, Robert Smith.
Yeah.
They were finding him. Obviously Conor, like all of them had to get together. Frank's calling into the radio station saying, "Oh, if I was Eddie Hearn, I would sue him for that." It was everybody against Eubank.
But I actually feel like this promotion should have been more. They should have tried to get Nigel Benn and Eubank Sr. Because for me,
probably would have cost too much money.
Maybe not Nigel Benn, but Eubank Sr. is entertaining, bro. This guy's actually an entertainer. So for me, the entertainment would have been more about Eubank Jr. versus Eubank Sr.
Because Josh is not a massively entertaining presenter. Do you know what I'm saying? Like for boxing anyway, for this. Like, do you know what I mean? You maybe needed someone, like I say, Johnny Nelson's boxing analysis and predictions are horrible. But his gloves are off.
He's amazing, bro.
He's really
Johnny Nelson is amazing.
He does that. Because he's like an uncle, you can't really punch him up, but he does mad little subtle needle jabs. Like.
Bro, if you guys need to watch,
needle jabs.
You need to watch Dylan White versus AJ's head gloves are off. Bro, the amount of questions he asks and it's like, but you borrowed him a pair of trousers. I'm so
Bring back Johnny Nelson.
Bring back Johnny Nelson, bro. Johnny Nelson is great.
I actually think Carl Froch would be perfect for that. I think he'd be perfect for that. Do you know what I mean? Because he won't back down. Like, you can't. The thing is, you don't want a presenter that you feel like the fighters can intimidate. And the fighters can intimidate Josh and probably realistically intimidate Ade as well because they're fighters and Ade is not a fighter.
And Ade is too politically correct sometimes.
Yeah.
I think Ade. You know what it is?
You see about interviewing Boazzi.
Yeah, you know Ade is a guy, yeah. He literally, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, Ade, but he literally reminds me of a guy that used to pick cotton. And
oh my god! How can you say that's not in a disrespectful way?
Listen to let me.
I can't let you land. Ade, come to the show and punch up Shane.
No, but
Ade's told us before on Instagram he'll come on the show. You know. Now look what you're doing.
No, but let me land my point. Let me land my point. You know when slaves used to pick cotton and they finally made it in the big house?
Astaghfirullah.
You know they finally made it in the big house. You're not trying to do nothing to ruffle feathers to go back and pick cotton. Because, bro, that's what I think what it is with Ade. Ade, like, you, bro, if you were in Ade's position, you ain't lasting 1 week, fam.
Me?
You ain't lasting a week.
No, I would never get to Ade's position. They would never. Based on the way I talk, they would never give me that type of power. I'd be like, Josh, how did you fraud this in?
Literally, bro.
Literally. Oh no, I'll be terrible.
Ade is such a clean, he's such a clean guy. Like that's why I don't know how people can hate Ade, but he doesn't do anything wrong. He's as perfect of a black person as you can find, fam.
Tim Bradley.
No,
bro. The same tailor. And the same barber.
This guy might as well be a preacher, fam. Ade is too clean, bro. Shout out to Ade, bro.
Shout out to Ade, man. Bring back Ade, man.
Yeah, fact.
If not Ade, bring back Johnny Nelson. If not Johnny Nelson, bring Carl Froch. But I need to see someone with some needle doing these things.
Trust me, bro.
So, shout out to Josh Denzel as well, man. No disrespect to Josh. Let me know who you guys think is winning the fight. Does Conor Benn stand a chance? And Conor Benn's already talking about, he's like, I'm not a 160, I'm going back down to 147
to win world titles.
All right, man. You know, but yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the face-off and what you think about the fight. We're going to be live. Please do like the video.
I have an underlying thought behind this as well, you know.
Okay, go on.
You know when he says he's going down to 147 to win a world title? I have a deep conspiracy, and it's funny because it's a segue into Eddie Hearn's topic as well.
Yeah, go on.
The world title that he's probably going to go for is the one that Crocker won, right?
Yeah.
Who had the world title before? Boots.
Yeah.
Boots moved up to 154. Do you think Eddie Hearn encouraged Boots to move up to 54 so he can keep that belt vacant, so then Conor Benn could eventually fight for it?
No, not in that order, but he would have definitely known that Conor Benn would go for the 147 fight. It didn't make a difference because Croc is there anyway. It's all his fighters.
No, but if Boots was there, he ain't winning a world title, bro.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if Boots was there, Boots ain't winning the world title because you're not going to beat Brian Norman Jr. or Devin. So who you going to beat winner? You know what I'm saying? You would need...
I don't know if he would do that though because Boots is now fighting people like Lima. So it's not like Boots is going for world titles at 154 anytime soon.
No, he might be. Yeah, he might be fighting Virgil, but
we'll
I don't know. I just thought maybe that's convenient timing though, isn't it?
No, but it's management. That's it's not convenient. I don't think he would have told Boots to leave 147 for Conor to take the belt. But
you don't think so?
No, I don't think so. But once Boots said, I'm thinking of moving to 154. I bet good idea. Good idea. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he would have. That's his job.
Yeah,
that's literally his job. So you know. But yeah, you want to talk about Eddie Hearn?
Yeah.
And you wanted to talk about Shane's had some identity issues over this.
Not even identity issues, but I just found it funny, innit? So firstly, I want to say this. I am extremely happy Eddie Hearn is bringing boxing to Africa. Mainstream boxing to Africa.
Yep.
100% Africa. I'm 100% happy for that. So well done, Eddie Hearn, for that. But I don't know the word that I want to use. I don't know the word, but it was definitely a racial oversight that Eddie Hearn done. Because if you don't know, Craig Richards is fighting Dan Aziz in Ghana, in Africa.
Is that the headline?
That's the headline.
Okay.
Now, I don't know the other people on the undercard. I don't think anybody else on that card is Ghanaian, by the way. But the main event is not Ghanaian. And for the promotion, it's a map of Africa with one bag of black man's face in the map. Now, for me, I found that if I was one of those fighters, I would have found that extremely uncomfortable. And it's a definite racial oversight. I don't want to say it's racist. I don't think Eddie Hearn's racist, but I definitely think it's a racial oversight. Because let me land my point, yeah? And this I'm gonna land my point to those who are watching.
I'm trying to find.
In no other region would you ever see Eddie Hearn put on a fight, one, and highlight the entire continent for that fight, but two, put on a fight between two guys that actually don't even come from the country that the fight's taking place in. Do you know what I'm saying? Neither of the fighters come from Ghana. Dan Aziz is Nigerian and Craig Richards is from Jamaica. None of them come from Ghana. But it doesn't matter to Eddie Hearn. Do you want to know why it doesn't matter to Eddie Hearn? Because they're black. So once you're black, you're all it's all the same, innit? That's how it looks like to me. Because I've never seen Eddie. He will never put on a fight in Australia with a guy from New Zealand and a guy from Scotland as a headliner. He's not going to do that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Potentially, you're right. However, the only thing I would say about the map thing is people know Matchroom's audience is mostly white people.
Yep.
They know what the map of Africa looks like.
Yep.
They may not necessarily know what the map of Ghana looks like.
You don't have to put the map of Ghana.
I understand. But they're appealing to a African audience, not necessarily like when he did Matchroom Italy, where it's not an Italian audience or a Spanish audience. They are trying to appeal to an overall African audience.
My problem isn't with him putting the map of Africa.
Okay.
I feel like that's a contributing factor to my overall point.
Yeah.
My overall point is that he has literally generalized all black people as one people.
Yes.
And I wish we were that together, but we actually aren't.
Yeah.
And just like there's a cultural difference between someone from Ireland, Republic of Ireland, and Northern Ireland.
I'm trying to see if there were Ghanaians on the undercard. I can't find the undercard.
Show me the
I can't find it.
Go on, Eddie Hearn.
I can't go on Instagram.
Go on that image. Go on that image. You just had the image there. So, Atang, he ain't Ghanaian. I know that for a fact. And I don't know the other guys.
Let me Google them.
I don't know the other guys.
Because where was Amir Khan's card? Was that Ghana?
Nigeria.
That was Nigeria. Okay, yeah. So it's not even like Ghana is this new boxing.
No, but this is my point.
Yeah.
Here's my question to all of you guys. And Nick,
yeah.
Look at this. Do you think Eddie Hearn put on that show with those fighters and said, I don't know where none of these guys are from. Or do you
he
think
would know. No,
he would know.
He would know.
But he would know that none of those fighters are from Ghana, right?
Yes.
But it didn't matter. Why does it not matter? Why is it that doesn't matter? Why didn't you put a white person on the card then?
Are you more... Okay, so Jerry Larty is Ghanaian.
Mm-hmm. Is he the main event?
No.
Is he signed to Eddie Hearn?
I don't know.
Is Craig Richards signed to Eddie Hearn?
Yes.
And is Craig Richards from Ghana?
No.
So, do you get what I'm trying to say, bro?
Yeah, no,
your fighter comes from Jamaica.
Yeah.
Why would you put him on the card in Ghana? Of all people that you could put on it, why did you put Craig Richards on it? Why did you put Dan Aziz on it? Why? Yeah. Do you get my point?
Yeah. What white fighters? What non-black fighters would you put on this? I guess Ishant's on it and he's Indian, but other than that, you wouldn't put any white fighter, even the smaller.
No, but the fact that you put an Indian fighter on it, you get my point, bro.
Yeah.
You
there
didn't.
Would be no white fighters.
Thank you. Why not? Because you're not. And Eddie Hearn of all people, who's literally done cards.
But do the white fighters have more of a fan base in white countries like England that will pull fans out? Do you know what I'm saying? If you've got like Johnny Fisher has a sizable following as an Essex man, so he doesn't have to go and fight in a Ghana.
No, but guess what? That point is 100% true,
Mm-hmm.
which would mean then it should be even more of an incentive to then put someone like Johnny Fisher in a country like Ghana, because those people are more likely to travel. Craig Richards don't come from Ghana, bro. If there's a cultural...
Yeah, but Craig Richards, where's Craig Richards from?
Jamaica.
Does he have a big Jamaican following?
No.
Okay, so there you go. So it don't matter where you put him. If Johnny Fisher has a big following, if Johnny Fisher's going to sell 20,000 tickets regardless, they're not necessarily... Why would you not put him in the copper box where he's down the road from his 20,000 people? Can Craig Richards sell 20,000
No, he can't.
seats? Okay, then you've got to fight wherever.
But then how... My point is, he's tapping into a market.
Yes.
Yeah? And you've decided to literally cocoon everybody in this entire continent as one set of people. I
understand what you're saying.
You're tapping into that market, not with a Ghanaian person.
With a Nigerian and a Jamaican.
That's my point. Yes, so he wouldn't do that in any other region, bro. You would never, ever, could you in your personal life see him say, oh, I'm going to put a New Zealand and an Irishman in Australia if I'm tapping into that market? Of course not. What, because Australia's the descendants of Irish? What Jamaica's the descendants of Ghanaians? What I'm trying to figure out.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm saying he wouldn't do that anywhere else.
It is random, but I do think that the only reason it's not, and I know you didn't say it's racist, but the only reason is there is this talk of moving towards like an African market and this, that, and the third. And I don't know how the fans see it. Some of the fans, the boxing fans themselves, are very, very like culturally focused. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know how much.
So that makes it even worse, bro.
How's it make it worse?
Because if boxing is as culturally divided as there is in any other sport.
Yes.
And no sport is as culturally divided as, because you're the only sport where you can say I'm supporting him because he is my caste and creed is boxing. It's the only sport you could get away with saying that.
Okay.
So then, if you're trying to tap into a market and you acknowledge the cultural differences in Puerto Rico and flipping Cuba, how can you not acknowledge the cultural differences between Ghana and Nigeria?
Yeah.
This guy's Nigerian.
In the boxing world, though, those countries do have a more tangible rivalry. Putting two Puerto Rican fighters fighting in Mexico is crazy. The Ghana and Nigeria have a rivalry, but not necessarily a strong rivalry in boxing.
But in Ghana there is. The fight's in Ghana, bro. The fight's in Ghana.
Not in boxing.
Bro, you're trying to get... Where are you trying to get that? You're trying to tap into a market. There's 1 billion people in Africa, right?
Yes.
And I assume you're trying to tap into the African market, right?
Yes.
The entire market of Africa.
Yes.
Without understanding the cultural differences in those countries, then how is this going to work?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
How is that going to work? It don't make sense, bro.
Yeah.
How am I going to tap into a market but not understanding the cultural differences? You didn't even try to.
Within boxing specifically, are the cultural differences between Ghana and Nigeria as strong as the rivalry between
in boxing.
So it's not like he's got a Puerto Rican and a Cuban and fought them in Mexico.
No, but
because it's not just in boxing.
But you know why that's different? Mm-hmm. Because in boxing, there's a cultural acknowledgement and there's a cultural identity.
Yeah.
Where there's a difference between Cuba and Puerto Rico, for example.
Yeah.
In Ghana and Nigeria specifically, or in Africa period, there are people, even within Nigeria, there's different cultures. Just blanket, forget sport. There's a difference between, I'm not going to support you if you're Igbo and I'm Yoruba. Do you know what I'm saying? There's already intricate differences. For me, I don't see the level of attention to detail that someone would tap into when they go into any market. I would assume you would know. But let's say he doesn't know that. Let's say he's just generalizing everybody as one. There isn't a market or culture in Africa right now when it comes to boxing. But there is a culture when it comes to people.
Yes.
So that's what you have to work with, right?
Yeah.
You can't work with something that ain't there.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? If you be
having two Spanish boxers on a flag of Portugal would go down very badly.
Do you know what I'm saying? There may not be a boxing culture, but
just culture people in general.
Facts. Facts, bro. Right now, there's a definite difference between, like, division between someone who's a reform voter and a guy who comes from Pakistan or a Muslim country. If you then decided to go to flipping Birmingham, where everybody's Indian, like it's a heavy Indian country, and you put on two former UKIP fighters, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense, bro. It just genuinely doesn't make sense. You've literally...
You're setting up to fail.
Facts.
Because what you're saying is this might not sell because the Ghanaian fighters are not gassed over Aziz because he's Nigerian.
He's
not
Nigerian.
Gassed over Richards because he's Jamaican. And then you might turn around and say, there's no market here. We can't sell tickets. And it's like, no, you've branded it wrong.
1,000,000%. You've branded it as, oh, come on, Africa, support each other. Does Europe support each other? Does North America support each other? It doesn't work like that, bro.
Does Asia support each
other? But you think it works like that because everybody's black. That's why I'm saying, like,
you know, a Bengali and a Pakistani and fight them in India. It's gonna.
You know what I'm saying? You thought it would work because everybody's black. It doesn't matter.
They're all Indian.
They're all brown. They're all. You know what I'm saying? Craig Richards, bro. This guy's from Yard. He ain't even from the same continent. You might as well have put Callum Smith on it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not Callum Smith, but
no, facts. You can put a white South African. A white South African might be closer linked.
You know what I'm saying? It would have made so much sense if you said, you know what, a white South African, you did South Africa versus
South Africa versus West Africa.
You know what I'm saying? You put a Jamaican on it. Like, bro, what this doesn't. I found that so like it was a racial oversight because, and if Ben Shalom done it, I wouldn't have said nothing. Do you want to know why? Because Ben Shalom's not a mastermind when it comes to promoting.
He's not culturally in tune. Eddie's normally better.
Eddie does this deliberately.
Because it's Eddie, I don't think it's racist, but I do think it's lazy. It's very lazy.
He's a person, genuinely. I've seen him do Bolton versus Sunderland. Like, he creates division within the UK.
Yeah.
So why would you, someone of your...
He's from the UK. I'll see him do it in America well. Latin America. When he goes to places, he's very, very good at tapping into the culture.
What did when he first signed Devin Haney, he put him up against all the Latin fighters in Latin areas. Do you know what I'm saying? He knew what he was doing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he's not an idiot, fam. He knows what he's doing. Let me just put bare black man on a card in Ghana.
Are we overthinking this, or is there something to it? You lot let us know.
I don't know, bro.
You lot let us know in the comments below, because I think there's one, maybe two Ghanaians on the card, but generally speaking, it's not.
And what, AJ was supposed to be on the undercard of this? Because that's the only African show that they're doing.
I don't know. AJ against who?
AJ's not even from Ghana either.
Yeah, I know he's from Nigeria, Where's Ngannou from?
He's from Cameroon, I think.
I was going to say AJ and Ngannou could be. But at least they're both African. Craig Richards from Jamaica. He's like African.
He's not even African. He's not even African, bro.
Yeah, it'd make more sense fighting Craig Richards in Puerto Rico or Cuba than this.
You can import more.
100%.
Literally,
100%. Yeah, man. Listen.
It's not even like he promotes Dan Aziz. You promote Craig.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even make sense, bro. Yeah. You know what,
To be fair, they can't go to Jamaica right now.
Of course. You know what, Craig? I think what would be a good fight for you? Go over to Ghana.
I want to know, Craig Richards, how did you feel when you got this call?
Facts.
How did you feel when you got the phone call?
Are you going to go fight in Africa? Why me?
You want to fight in the O2, you want to fight in Wembley, you want to be fighting in even the Copper Box, but now you're going to fight in Ghana. What? Talk to me about
I would have just asked Eddie, why me? Why do I have to fight in Africa? Is it because I'm black?
Yeah.
Is that why? Is it because of me? Because you couldn't put nobody else on?
What do you think of the fight in general?
It's a good fight.
It's a good
fight. It's a really good fight. And I'm glad that he's doing fights in Africa. I just don't... Because I can see where this is going.
Does he have Ghanaian fighters he could have put on the card?
No, I don't know. But you could have put the fight in Nigeria. I don't know.
Could he put the fight in Nigeria?
I don't know.
We don't know about the sites, the dates.
You're right. You're 100% right. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
But it looks funny. Eddie, we're not calling you a racist because...
You're definitely not a racist. You're not a racist. You're definitely not a racist.
But it looks funny. It definitely looks funny.
Because when I first saw it, I'm like, I know Dan. Dan is Nigerian.
A Welsh and an Irish fighter, a Welsh and a Scottish fighter, and put them in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? With the Irish flag behind them. Or the Irish...
Yeah. Man's got a Jamaican with a flipping... I know we're all supposed to be one, but we're not that together, bro.
Yeah. No, it does look funny. It does.
And it's mad because Craig Richards is a Rasta, so it's like...
Boy. Let us know what you think about the card. Let us know if we're being over the top. Like the video, subscribe, like I keep saying. Road to 5K. We're over halfway there. Do you know what I'm saying? Make it happen. This weekend, we're live. We're live for Sunderland versus Arsenal, and then we're live later on that night for Virgil versus Lubin. That's going to be in Texas. So make sure that you lock in with us then. Talk to me. Virgil Ortiz versus Lubin.
Good fight. I think just in general, Virgil Ortiz, at first I feel like, does he deserve credit for this fight? It is a step down from who he's fought recently, like Boacek, Majimov, Lubin, slightly less. Lubin is experienced though. I know a lot of people, especially like black Americans, are actually picking Lubin to win. I don't see how. I think stylistically, this fight's all wrong for Virgil.
But I think they're also partly trying to tear down Virgil's name before a Boots fight.
Potentially, but Lubin's better than Lima. So how are you going to take...
It's bias, isn't it?
Lubin's better than Lima, just bias. Bro. I mean...
that Lima fight wasn't even a fight.
No, it wasn't. It genuinely wasn't.
It wasn't even a fight.
The thing is, Virgil, for me, I felt like he's in a win-win in this situation.
Okay, yeah.
Because if he wins in impressive fashion, it is what it is. If he wins and just wins in normal fashion, it doesn't actually make a difference because Virgil's already established himself as a top 154. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? He has nothing to prove. He has no tune-ups. He's already established as a...
Boots has got a lot to prove.
Boots has got a lot to prove. The only thing that can benefit you is when you go to the negotiating table, what do? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you come off a great knockout win over Lubin, you might be able to go to the negotiating table with a slightly higher figure, potentially. I don't know. But if I'm Virgil, like, I think stylistically Lubin's made all for you because he ain't really got that much power, so he's not going to really worry. You ain't going to worry about power coming back at you. You're going to try and box, but you dealt with that before. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You dealt with that before. You just got to walk him down. I don't think he prepares you for Boots, though, because Lubin doesn't fight the same.
But like you said, he's already so established. He's fought the top guys at 154 already. Most of them, he should be prepared. If he's not prepared now, he's never going to be prepared.
Yeah, fact.
It's if they fight their next fight after this fight, and it's Boots versus Virgil, Boots is the one that's underprepared.
100%. Yeah. Way underprepared.
Yeah, so he doesn't need the preparation.
The only thing that I would say is, it's one of those ones where you just got to make sure you don't get, like, injured, hurt, cut, or anything. Like, there is a chance of an upset.
Yes, I know, but I still don't know after that last fight with Boots that Boots versus Virgil will be next.
Somebody else said that to me.
I think from a matchmaking perspective, that wouldn't make sense. That looks like throwing a Toma in with Usyk now. The Dillian White fight did nothing. I'm not attacking the Toma, but it did nothing. Do you mean that's not got you any? You've got no rounds. You've got no preparation.
If they were to fight today, who would you lean towards
I'd lean towards Boots based on skill, but it would be close to a 50-50 fight. Boots has got more skill, but Virgil's more battle hardened, and we've seen Virgil fight against fighters that are a fighter that's better skilled than him, and he still beat him.
Yeah, maybe you can say no, both, because he fought at 147. He fought Kavalauskas as well. Kavalauskas is quite skilled.
So your skill it may not necessarily outweigh the fight. You need to be in something of a fight, maybe not a real war, but we need to see you in round 7 and 8 at least.
Facts.
Because we know that Virgil can fight for 12 rounds. We don't know that you can fight for 12 rounds at this weight.
Facts.
We don't know what
We
happens.
don't know you can fight at one of this 12 rounds period.
Yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of the times you win by stoppage.
Yeah. So I just think that there's, I'd lean towards Boots because of skill, but it would very much be a 50-50 fight. And if Boots went into the fight next with Virgil and lost, you would feel like people would say he wasn't managed properly.
Probably.
That's what the excuse would be, and that they would have a point.
I think with going back to the actual fight itself, Virgil versus Lubin, I'm trying to think, is there a method in where Lubin can win this fight? And it's quite difficult because you can outbox Virgil because he's not the greatest boxer. But he's got an engine and he's game, bro. He reminds me, obviously he doesn't fight like Wardley. But you can't just outbox Virgil. He's going to stick it on you. He's going to force you to fight him. And I don't see Lubin doing that.
Lubin's been stopped before as well.
Multiple times. He got stopped by flipping... I think his last stoppage was against...
Charlo.
No, he had a fight. Who did he fight after Charlo? The Charlo one was dirty. He had a fight after that. Fundora. Yeah, I was going to say Tim Tszyu or Fundora, but Tim Tszyu fought Harrison. He fought Fundora. To be fair though, in the Fundora fight, he actually showed heart in that fight still.
Said Fundora was down in round 7.
Huh? I remember the fight. He showed heart in that fight.
Yeah.
His face looked like a beach ball. But he showed heart. I remember watching that fight as well. He showed heart in that fight still.
I mean, to be fair, he's been stopped, but he's been stopped by Charlo. That was back in 2017.
Yeah, that was a dirty stoppage.
Long time ago. And then even the Fundora one. Fundora is very big for the weight.
But for that fight, him versus Fundora, for me, he gets a lot of credit for that fight, Lubin, because he fought game. He got beaten, but that's why the blueprint to beat Lubin is already there.
Yeah.
The blueprint to beat Lubin's already there. There's not really a blueprint to beat Virgil.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna get success though, Lubin, specifically early, because as we saw against Madrimov, Virgil can start quite slow. I think he even started slow against Boruchuk. He got dropped against Boruchuk as well.
Yeah.
So he will get success early, but I just think Virgil will just kick into gear and it will just overwhelm him.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a good fight whilst it lasts still. Is there a good fight on the undercard? I think Schofield was supposed to be on it. I don't know if it's still...
I think you're right. Let me check.
Supposed to be a decent undercard. I think Schofield was fighting Jojo Diaz, I think. But was it Jojo Diaz? But I think Schofield got injured.
Let's have a look at the undercard.
They must have pulled the fight.
Yeah, it looks like
because Schofield was fighting Jojo Diaz on the undercard. So it would have been a good. That would have been a good fight for Schofield still. But yeah, man.
We'll be live. We'll be live from quite early. We might as well try and catch a decent amount of the card since it's in Texas. It's easier for me to go live earlier and just stay live than try and go live.
Yeah, fact. I mean, it's a good thing for. He's fighting. I think Virgil's from Texas, or is he from East Coast, West Coast, California?
Well, he'll have a lot of fans.
There's a lot of Latin fans over there because Watson fights in Texas all the time. Bam.
Yeah.
But Bam's actually from Texas.
Yeah. Where's he from? He is from Texas.
Yeah, I thought so.
He's
yeah.
from Grand Prairie, Texas. Yeah, so he'll have a lot of.
And maybe that might have a bit of pressure for him because he's fighting in his home. Because his last fight was in Saudi.
Yeah.
So.
Where would they fight?
Who?
Virgil and Boots.
Vegas.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Has Virgil fought in Vegas before?
If he did, it would have been... I don't think so. If it would have been on an undercard. Maybe he fought on a Canelo undercard early in his career, maybe.
He's fought in Vegas. Boruchuk was in Vegas.
Boruchuk was in Vegas.
Lawson was in Vegas. He's fought in Vegas a few times.
Well, that's an addition.
Mauricio Herrera was in Vegas.
Yeah, that's an additional advantage.
Roberto Ortiz is in Vegas. He fought in LA. He's fought on the road a lot. Yeah. He's fought in Cancun and even Cesar Valenzuela was in Vegas. He's fought in Vegas a few times.
He fought in Saudi as well.
And he's fought in Saudi. So that will be advantage
Texas this fight.
Texas is home though. But
I'm saying
he's fought in Texas a few times as well.
Yeah.
So, but that will be advantage Virgil because we already know Boots don't travel.
No.
He hasn't been out of the East Coast.
No.
So.
Yeah, facts.
So we'll see. We will see what happens with that fight. But yeah, we're going to be live, and we're hoping. Are you hoping that this is the last fight before we see Boots and Virgil?
100.
That's what you want to see.
I don't think we need to see anything. I hear what you're saying because I don't think Boots did have prep, but I don't think he needed prep, bro. He fought Stanionis before. He didn't even need to fight Lima. Stanionis was the best at 47. He moved up one weight class. I hear you, but bro, at the end of the day, at 154, everybody's competitive. Everybody's competitive. So if you're trying to build up a fight, really and truly, you don't really want that difficult of a fight. You're going to go fight, bro. You can't fight Fundora. The only person who said might have been a decent fight maybe would have been someone like maybe Furman. But Furman don't even fight like Virgil.
Yeah.
Maybe Tim Zoo, but Tim... I don't know.
He's finished.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's difficult to say, bro. I don't really feel like... I think you can make a fight brew too long. I feel like someone like Virgil and Boots, they would be good if they had like a trilogy. Like 2, 3. They fight once.
What about Fundora, though?
Fundora's
world champion, and all I hear is Virgil and Boots, Virgil and Boots, Virgil. But we do this a lot. We create a narrative between two fighters, and we ignore
neither of them are world champions. I mean, obviously they got.
We want to see a trilogy between two contenders and no.
The thing is, it's down to the political structure at 154. Both Virgil and Boots, one, they carry a lot of revenue, but two, they're both with DAZN.
I get that, but as a boxing fan, if I see them fight next, great entertaining fight, happy days. Once one of them wins, I want to see a fight with Fundora. You're coming up as a unified world champion. I want to see you go for world titles. This obsession with we could get a trilogy. Why would I want a trilogy of this?
So champions at 54. You got Fundora. You got Barkram. I don't think any of them are fighting Barkram. You got Xander Zayas. Who's the other world champion?
Not the my man Pacquiao fought. Not Barrios.
That's 47.
Oh, okay.
Who's WBC world champion?
I can tell you in 1 second.
No, that's 4. I said 4. I said 4. Yes, there's 4. Barkram, Zayas.
Abbas Barrio is WBA with Gervonta Ennis in there.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy. They got they had the flipping that was Crawford's belt. He won a vacant strap.
Yeah.
They probably end up going to try and fight. Boots is probably going to try and fight that guy before he fights.
There you go.
That's probably what they're going to do.
Yeah. And Virgil is the junior middleweight interim champion for Fundora. So they should, even though they're both with DAZN, there should if Gervonta Ennis and Virgil fight, they should both go and fight for world titles after that. And then we could potentially start seeing some
if they were building the fight properly, Boots would go on.
But I think Virgil versus Fundora is a real risk. Boots versus.
No, but it's mad because Barkram actually offered the fight to Virgil. But the part that I don't understand is because Barkram's with PBC. I don't know why they haven't made Barkram versus Fundora because they're both with PBC. But Barkram, no one's fighting Barkram. Nobody wants because he's no money and he's a risk. What he done to Tim Zoo was biblical, fam.
Yeah.
That was such a
That's what I'm saying.
down.
Like, I appreciate that there's commercials in boxing, but I can't get gassed off of Virgil and I can't get gassed off of Boots if neither of you are going to fight Barkram.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I get the money thing. Same. I'm now starting to look at you like I look at Conor Benn. Go and make your money with Chris Eubank. That's totally fine. But you are not a serious world title contender. If you're looking at the guys that if you just keep going, now I know he's going to go for Lewis Crocker because that's easy food. But if before the Crocker belt, if this list read as Romero, Barrios kind of shit. But if the list was Romero,
Barrios,
Boots, and Brian Norman Jr., and you just kept chasing money fights and stayed away from them, I can't take you seriously.
That's why you got to rate. That's why you got to rate Devin Haney, bro.
I knew that was coming.
You got to rate Devin, bro. He didn't go for an easy belt. He went for the hardest guy in the division.
I do rate Devin Haney.
I know.
He's losing, but
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
We'll see.
He's been at the top level. Brian Norman Jr. has never been at that level before, so we don't know.
It's true. Guys, we're live this weekend for Virgil Ortiz versus Lubin. We are also live for Sunderland versus Arsenal before the international break. Next week is the Eubank Jr.
When's United versus Spurs?
Brother, it's not on the list. I told you, add it to the list.
I don't know if I'm going to be live for it, so there's no
what are
point.
you bringing it up for?
I don't know.
Exactly. Saturday, early kickoff. You can do that.
What time?
12:30. Early kickoff.
I should be able to do that.
Shane's going to be live on Saturday for the early kickoff.
It depends on what happens Friday night, innit?
Where are you going out?
Maybe.
That's poor commitment to the channel. I'm not gonna lie. If the man, if I go live and then man like, why is Shane not? It's not because you're working. It's just because you were out the night before. That's poor commitment. That is poor commitment from you. But anyway, we're gonna be live Sunderland versus Arsenal. We should be live for the early kickoff for Spurs. Think of the channel, man.
Yeah,
we'll be live at 12. Live at 12. Then live at 5 for our game, and then live in the morning. Bro, 3 lives in a day. You know what I'm saying? We're moving like rants. Next week, Saturday, Eubank versus Ben. We're going to be live for that. The following weekend, we've got Benavides versus Yard, Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney. Obviously, Devin Haney's the B-side. Bam Bam Rodriguez on that card as well. Sam Noakes versus Abdullah Mason. Yep, Sam Noakes is going to put a dent in Abdullah Mason as well. And that's going to be in Saudi, so that's going to be a great card. And then we've got, after the international break, Arsenal versus Tottenham, then Bayern, then Chelsea. They're going to be 3 very, very pivotal games for Arsenal.
You win all 3 games. Maybe Bayern might be difficult.
They've not lost a single game this season.
Bayern might be difficult.
Yeah, Bayern's going to be difficult. Bayern's going to be tough.
I mean, Company's doing a mad thing over there, bro.
Yeah, he's on serious smoke. So, yeah.
So, you watched him yesterday?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Diaz, you see Van der Ven's goal?
No. I heard people gassing about it, but I missed it. I'm going to watch it. I'll put the highlights on now. But, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff live all through November, all the football, all the boxing. We might even cover some England games if people want to see that, just because, you know, ad revenue and YouTube and all that kind of things. So I might just go live, depending on when the games are. I might just go live for the England games, just talk generally about whatnot. So yeah, episode 30 wrapped. Thank you so much. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We've got some content coming out on OnlyFacts Extra, so go and subscribe over there as well. OnlyFacts, same as this, no E, just extra. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Saturday. Peace and love.